When I went for my IIM Bangalore interview in 2007, the first question I was asked is, give me 3 reasons why I should reject you. The person who was asking me the question was the dean of the institute at that point. I was a 22-year-old going in, and I think I was extremely nervous because I was not prepared for that question. Now, this is a question, tell me reasons why I should reject you, is fairly common. It's a trick question, but it's fairly common at business schools or in your interviews. And in this video, we'll look at how you can navigate this question safely without doing too much damage. But before we start, do click on the bell icon, subscribe to the channel so that the next time I make a video, you are alerted about it. Now, you have to understand the interviewer knows that this is a trick question, but what the interviewer is really testing is your ability to think on your feet and navigate this slightly tricky question. So let's start with what are bad answers? If somebody asks you, give me reasons why we should reject you, what are answers you should not give? Answers which typically damage your case. One set of answer is where you're damaging your own candidature by saying, I am not sure I have the right experiences or skill sets for this job. He will obviously reject you for that. Or if you're showing yourself in bad light, saying, I am not very punctual, I don't come to office on time, I don't meet my deadlines. Historically, I've never got along with my boss or have got along with my teammates, or I have anger issues. Now, any of these angles will definitely make the interviewer reject you. Or if you come across as a little casual, tell me why we should reject you. I'm not sure about your work culture. I've not done enough research on it. So I have to think over if I am the right kind of fit into your culture. And likewise, you have to think over if I am the right kind of fit. Now, when you give this kind of an answer, it actually shows someone who's very casual and unprepared and doesn't show you in good light. Nobody likes an arrogant or a cocky person coming into the room. So if somebody asks you, tell me reasons why I should reject you, you should typically say, or should typically not say that there is no reason for you to reject me. I am the world's best, or I'm God's gift to humankind. This is a very arrogant answer. Or if you say things like, you can reject me because if you are insecure about me, that I'm going to take your chair in 18 months. This is again a very, very arrogant answer, and you should typically not say stuff like this. Another way of arrogant answer is, I've not heard good things about your place in terms of very bad work culture. So if you're not looking for great people, go ahead and reject me. Again, this reeks of arrogance. You should avoid making arrogant answers like this. So now your next question is, what is a good answer in terms of why we should look forward to reject you? Now, the most safest answer to this question is to say, if you find someone better than me, you can go ahead and reject me. So if you find someone who has better skill sets, better experience, and is asking for lower salary, please go ahead and reject me. This is a very safe answer to give. Another interesting answer is to talk of elements like geography. So for instance, this is a global role. I have only done a regional role. This is the first time I'm going to do a global role. I'm very passionate about it. But if you find someone who's done a global role and has my skill set and experience, you can go ahead and reject me. It's again a very safe answer to give. Honestly, the guy knows you've not done the global role, because if that was a big issue, they wouldn't have called you into the interview. If you are a fresher, you can also play the lack of experience to your advantage. So for instance, if somebody asks you, if you're a fresher, that why should we reject you? You can always say that I'm a fresher, I don't have proper work experience, why I have a few internships. If you get someone who's worked for 2-3 years, you can go ahead and reject me. It's a very safe answer because the interviewer also knows you're a fresher. They've obviously called you because you're a fresher, you have internships, so you can also give that. So coming back to the first question I asked you, in IIM Bangalore, when I walked into that room and the dean had asked me, give me reasons why we should reject you. It was my first question. The answer I'd actually given him is, I have a work ex of only 1 year and I'm a computer science engineer. So if you get someone who has a work ex of say 2 years or 3 years from degrees which are more amenable to an MBA, say a chartered accountant or economics, you can go ahead and reject me. That was again a very safe answer because IIMs typically don't discriminate you on your work ex or on your past degree. How would you answer this question if you walked into an IIM interview and you were asked this? So drop your answers in the comments box and I'll try and respond to as many as I can. Before we conclude, do click on the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.